Hi everyone, this is Ada. Welcome back to my channel, and I have another tag. I seem to be loving these tags, and this tag is a tag, it's called All About My Luxury Bags, and apparently it was a makeup tag which was changed to fit luxury bags, and that was started by Kat L. We'll leave her details below. And I was tagged once again by the lovely Dale from Dale's Addiction. So I have my questions here, and this really was a hard... Poppy, what are you doing? Sorry, I have my dogs here again. They always tend to, you know, not do what they're supposed to do when you're filming. This tag to me was a harder tag because I really love all my bags, and it was really hard going through everything to decide, you know, what fits these questions. So I'm going to try, and I might have a couple of bags because I can't decide. So number one, newest bag in my collection. That was easy, I can answer that one, and that is my Fendi mini baguette, and I call her the princess. Here she comes. Are you going to sit still? The mini baguette, like I said, and she is my princess, and she is my newest bag, and I've only had her a couple of weeks. So that's number one. Number two, oldest bag in my collection. Easy again, I can answer that really easy. This is my Sully bag from Louis Vuitton. It was my very first Louis Vuitton, or my first designer handbag. Oops, I just lost one. Number three, most expensive bag. That is fairly easy. That would be my jumbo double flap from Chanel. When I bought this, it was about $7,000, and I believe it's gone up quite a few $1,000s now. So she would be my most expensive handbag, and I'm glad I got her when I did, because probably couldn't afford to buy her now. Okay, my least expensive handbag. Now this was a bit harder because my memory is, you know, not good. So I've picked two. And this would be the favorite in the Demi Azur. I have had this many years, and I know it wouldn't have cost me that much because of the size, and because it's canvas, and because it's an older bag. And the other one I picked, I bought this when I went to Rome, is, I think it's called the Mini Roy bucket bag from Chloe, and I got that on sale. So that probably was the least expensive, I would say, but it's between the favorite, which is a PM, and this one. And I love both bags. My everyday bag. Now, that is so hard. If you follow me on Instagram, and I would love if you would follow me on Instagram, I post pictures of my outfits daily, and I rotate my bags a lot. So I can't really say that, but what I've picked is my Neverfull, because I've picked this because it's an everyday bag in the fact that if I was having a casual day, I can just grab and go, and I think it's a very functional bag. So I'm going to pick this. Also, I think the color and the epi leather, the color goes with everything. The epi leather is just so durable. So I'm going to pick that as my everyday bag, even though I go through stages where I don't use this, but that's why I've picked it. Where am I up to? Bag with the best memory attached to it. Once again, I'm going to go back to my first designer handbag from Louis Vuitton, the Sully. This is no longer available. I will always have this in my collection. The best memory, or the memory from this, is it was my second trip to New York. The first time we did a trip, we did it with my husband's work colleagues, and it was like a tag on to another trip. This trip, when I bought this bag, it was our first trip, and we stayed quite a few weeks. And I had saved for this, I had researched it, and I bought it in the Soho store, and it just reminds me of that trip and New York, and how I just love the Big Apple, and I love that city. It's one of my favorite cities. So this bag it's just has so many good memories for me. Worth the hype. I'm going to pick, again, the double flap. So I think this is worth the hype. One, it's classic. Two, it doesn't, it goes up in value. And I think it's worth the hype because I think you can use it with a casual outfit. I think you can dress it up. I think you can use it daytime. You can use it at nighttime. So I think It is well and truly worth the hype, and if you can afford it and you haven't got one in your collection, I would highly recommend getting one of these because they are so usable and worth their money, and you'll never regret buying this bag. So that one, not worth the hype. Okay, I've got two bags again. This is hard because even though I still like these bags, I'm just trying to be honest, because when I go to my handbag room, and I've got them all in a room, and I have them in a cabinet, I'm like, which one really? So the first one I think that's not worth the hype, and I'll tell you why, is the Burberry banner bag. And for this reason, I'm going to say this, is because I think you can get better bags that are similar shape. I actually prefer my Prada bag. Can't remember what it's called now, but it's a similar shape. The reason I'm going to say this is not worth the hype is this was one of the original banner bags when it first came out. Is that what it's called, the banner bag? Anyway, I think that's what it's called. This was one of the first ones, and it really didn't keep its shape. I think they're a bit more structured now. I mean, I still love this bag, and I don't regret buying it, but I think there's better bags on the market for this shape. So that's why I'm going to say that one. And the other bag, which I still love, I really love it, is the Chloe, I think this is Chloe Faye. I love this bag. I really do love it. But what I'm going to say about this bag, one, it marks, because it's suede and there's a mark there. That was really my fault. I rubbed it too much when I was trying to clean it. So it's really my fault. So, but not just the suede, and I think you can get them without the suede now. But this bag, I still love it, but it's hard. You've got to really organize everything, and it's quite heavy. And this hardware, actually, you have to make sure it doesn't get caught. So I'm going to say that bag because it's more not user-friendly. Let's just say it's not user-friendly, but I still love it. But that's why those two came down to not worth the hype. But I still love you. I still love you. So the next question is favorite bag from a favorite brand. Look, that could change year to year. It used to be Louis Vuitton. I used to always buy Louis Vuitton. Then I got a love for Chanel, and I would probably buy more Chanel if the prices weren't so high. I like the Chloe bags because I'm a boho girl, but I have picked favorite bag from favorite brand this year. Hands down, it is Fendi, and my favorite bag is what I call the Queen. And I love this because of the history of the baguette, and I love her because she is just hot pink. She's the drama I love when I dress and go out. I love to have her on my arm. So at this moment, the Queen would be the favorite, and that's why she's called the Queen, because she's the queen of my collection. So that one. Most used bag. Once again, that's going to be hard, but I am going to pick another Fendi bag only because when I first got this, and I've only had this a couple of months as well, but I have to stop myself from using this bag because it just goes with so much in my collection, and because we're nearly into summer here, we're in spring, I know I'm going to be using her, and quite frankly, I could use her just about every day and be comfortable with using her and styling her with most of my outfits. So I'm going to pick that. It's more of an unusual choice, but like I said, this year, I think this would be my most used bag. Most underrated bag. Easy, easy, easy. Okay, I've got to cross my legs and get this bag now. My most underrated bag, I think, is the Chloe. I don't underrate it, but I know some people don't like this bag, but I'm going to rate this really high, and I think it's underrated. One, the leather is just amazing. If you want to check out my review of the Chloe bag, I have a video on that. But I love this bag. I love the leather. I love the size. I just think the quality of this bag and the usability of this bag is just amazing, and I just think it just wears so well. So I think it's not everyone's cup of tea. I know that's not everyone's style, but I think the Chloe Marcy bag, if I haven't said it, this is the Marcy bag, is very much underrated, and I have it up there quite high on my list for very good quality bags. Most nostalgic bag. I'm going to pick this Chloe bag again. Other than my LV, which was my first designer handbag, this is most nostalgic for me because I wanted this bag years and years ago, and when I went to New York, the same trip I think that I bought my first designer handbag, I spent a fair bit of money on that trip. I bought the Chloe Marcy long wallet, and I could not afford this because I spent money on other things. And then I had a friend who bought this. Well, I forgot about it for quite a few years, but I always loved it. And then I had a friend who bought this bag, and she went overseas and she bought it back, and I just drooled over it, and it came back into on my wish list. And so when I finally got this, I bought this in Paris. So one, it was a great trip, and two, because I'd wanted it for so many years, I just felt so right. It just felt so right to have it in my collection. So I'm going to say that's my most nostalgic bag because of the trip and because I'd wanted it for years. Most disappointing bag, I do no longer have it in my collection, but I'll leave a picture on the screen, and that is the Louis Vuitton Artsy. It is the only bag I've ever sold in my collection, and I just did not gel with that bag. I bought that bag the same trip I bought this one, and I bought it in the Fifth Avenue store in New York, and I always regretted it. It was too big, I didn't like the feel of it under my arm, and I just on-sold that because I know a lot of people still like it, and I thought if I'm not using it, someone else can get the use out of it. So they are the questions, or they are the answers to all the questions. So don't forget everyone, Ada Love Style. See you again next time. Bye. If you like this video, please subscribe, push like, and follow me on Instagram. And don't forget everyone, Ada Love Style. See you again next time. Bye.